we really have to stop spending money. Like for real, like we got to stop spending money out here. And most of the time we think about increasing income. How can I make more money without really paying attention to all our expenses? Sometimes you can increase your income by eliminating some of your expenses. When you work for a particular company, the first thing that they do to increase income is through like eliminating waste. Where are we wasting money at? Where are we purchasing things that we don't need to purchase? Maybe it's employees. Maybe it's actual, products. Where are we wasting our money at? That's what a company is going to look at first to increase its income. Then they're going to work on, different ideas, product development, not market research, but just research and development and things like that to create a better product that they maybe can sell more units of or sell at a high price. But first, they're going to start at waste. Where can we eliminate waste? So we have to take those same business principles and apply them to our own life. Where is there waste in our life that needs eliminating? You have to really sit down and think about those things. So the first one I would say is our addictions. And we're all addicted to something. For me, it was shoes. I was addicted to sneakers. I would buy a ton of sneakers, sometimes 2-3 pairs of the same type of sneaker, same colorway and everything. That was an addiction. I had to get the newest shoe as soon as it came out. I had to break from that if I really wanted to get into investing, because all the money I should have been investing, I was spending on sneakers every weekend. So you got to change the way you think about things, how you go about things, and become a lot more cognizant of the way that you're spending your money, because you may not think you're spending a lot, but in actuality, you are spending a lot, which is why budgets are important. Budgets are good to have, so you know what you have coming in based off of what you have going out. You can see if you're underwater or if you're, staying with a little bit of disposable income. And when you budget, you can then really look at where your money is going, and you can start to eliminate things that you shouldn't be spending money on, like your addictions. So figure out what your addiction is. My dad's addiction used to be speakers. He used to spend money on home theater type speakers, anywhere from $7,000 to $15,000. That was his addiction. So you got to find out what your addiction is and either eliminate that addiction or to pull back a little bit on the spending for your addiction. Now, the second thing I would say that we need to stop spending our money on is fast food. We have got to stop buying fast food. I know it tastes good. I know those juicy Five Guy cheeseburgers with the seasoned Cajun fries. I know they taste good, but we have to stop spending money on those kind of things. I love them too. I love me a good burger or a good pizza, but the prices are getting insane due to inflation. You can't afford to spend $30 every night just to eat dinner. Just think about it. If you were to go to the grocery store and spend $30, you could make that stretch a couple days, if not maybe a week, versus going to a fast food restaurant, spending $30 and consuming the entire meal in one evening. You didn't make that $30 stretch at all. And the whole point is to make it stretch, because it isn't direct, but indirectly, we're increasing the amount of disposable income we have when we're making better decisions on the things that we buy to consume. So we need to change the way that we eat. You get plenty of benefits from it. Like, not only do you save money, but you have more control over what you're eating. Now you can actually maybe start that diet or change the eating habits that you've been wanting to do. Well, buying your own food gives you that ability. It gives you all that ability to design the meal the way that you want it to taste, and at the health standards that you want it to be at the calorie levels that you want it to be at. So it's better just in general to buy your own groceries. So it doesn't make sense why we spend so much money eating out. Shorten that. If you can't completely cut it out, shorten it. Go only once every 2 weeks instead of every day. Or maybe just go only on the weekends. Pick a day on the weekends, or maybe pick Saturday and Sunday. Those are the only 2 days you can eat fast food. But change it up. Now, the third one is the subscriptions. We need to dial back on the subscriptions. And companies have gotten smart because they understand the subscription model and how it correlates to the mental of the consumer. They allow us to join the subscription service free for a month, free for a couple of months. And they know that as those couple of weeks go past, that you're going to forget all about the subscription model. And you're going to be paying this thing that you didn't even know that you were paying for, because over 2 months, you can forget all about that subscription model. And they're banking on you forgetting. The subscription type of business is very, very sticky for the consumer. So we have to find ways to break off of that. We have to lower the amount of subscription packages that we spend our money on. Instead of having Netflix, Hulu, Prime, and Stars, maybe shorten it down to Netflix and Hulu. Or maybe even just Netflix if you're not even really using Hulu that much. So it's just about how we can detach ourselves from these different packages, because it doesn't seem like a lot. It's only $10.99. Oh, it's only $7.99. I could pay that. I can afford that. What's that? I spend more on lunch in a week compared to that. So it isn't that much. Why not do it? But when you think that way for every subscription package, that total starts to add up. So it's no longer $7.99, but if you add that $7.99 with that $15.99 with that $12.99, next thing you know, you're spending $80 on all these different streaming services. So we just have to be cognizant and aware of what we're actually spending money on. And once again, that comes back to having a budget, allowing your budget to help you see where your money is actually going. And that way you can clearly see the things that you need to cut out. The fourth thing that we need to cut out is spending on material items. We have to stop being consumers so much. Be a producer. Learn to stop being such a consumer and try to actually become a producer. Produce. Those are the people that make money. And we consume so much. Buying clothes that we barely wear. Buying these cars to impress who? You're not impressing nobody. All you're doing is protecting and feeding your ego. And once you become aware of that, you'll learn to start moving in a different direction. You don't need the 2025 BMW anymore. You're cool with now having a car that may be 6 years old, 5 years old, paying that out all in cash. So you don't have a lease. You don't have something that you have to pay monthly to. You start moving different. You start seeing and using money in a different way. I need a vehicle, but how can I get a vehicle where I still feel good in, but I'm also not breaking the bank to have? But so many of us want to be looking good so bad that they're willing to be in poverty just to have that item because of how it makes them feel. So we have to pull back on the way we spend money on consumer-based products. Learn to spend money on things that are going to make money for you the next day and the next day and the next day. If you're going to spend money on anything, spend money on investing in yourself. getting that certification or learning that new trade, invest in yourself, because you're going to be rewarded for that investment. Invest in stocks, invest in crypto, invest in real estate. You want to get to using your money on things that are going to make more money for you in the end. That's how you want to use money. That's how you want to spend your money, not so much as a consumer. So we just need to pull back. If we can't eliminate, of course we can't eliminate, because you do have to spend money to feel good a little bit, but it's just how much you choose to spend to make you feel a certain way. That's what you need to dial back on. And the fifth thing that we need to stop spending money on, or at least dialing back, is on clubs and bars. We have to stop spending so much money going out on the weekends. You know, your money looked good until you hit Saturday. So if you're gonna drink, learn to pregame, drink before, share a bottle with people, drink then, and then go out, have fun, and you won't have to spend so much at the bar. Anytime I'm in a situation of where I have to spend money, I'm always strategically thinking, how can I get by, enjoy myself, and not have to break the wallet or break the bank? I'm always thinking that way. That's how we should be thinking. That's how, you really earn money and hold on to money, thinking that way. You're not trying to scam and scheme your way through, but you're always assessing situations and not making just irrational decisions. You're always thinking logically. We just got to change the way we think and actually pull back the scar and look at what we're spending our money on, because that's mainly the problem. We don't want to look at what we're spending our money on, because once we know, that means we know that we have to cut some things out that we don't want to cut out. So if I know that I can pay my rent and still do what I do, I'm good. I'm never going to look at what I'm spending. But little do you know, you're not really building any wealth. You're spending everything that comes in. And you have to spend less than what's coming in order to create wealth for yourself. So you just got to look at things differently. You got to sit down and write that budget out to figure out where you're losing money at in order to create more money for yourself. So if we just, take a look at these things that we spend our money on, if you can't eliminate them, just dial back. And even just dialing back, you're going to see so much benefit come from it. But I thank you guys for checking out this video. I'm going to have more content on the way. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.